The legal industry is one of the last professions that people assumed AI couldn't touch. Too nuanced, too high stakes, too dependent on human judgment. But the reality is that AI is already inside some of the most prestigious law firms in the world, and the attorneys using it are billing more hours, making fewer errors, and running circles around the ones who aren't. Welcome to Node Pulse. I'm breaking down AI tools and practical applications for real professionals. Today's episode is for lawyers, paralegals, legal assistants, and anyone running or working inside a law firm. The legal field is being reshaped right now, and the AI tools leading that charge are more capable than most people realize. We're going to cover research, drafting, contract review, client communication, and more. Let's get into it. Let's start with legal research, because that's where AI has made the most dramatic impact. Traditional legal research means hours in Westlaw or LexisNexis, searching case law, reading opinions, cross-referencing statutes. It's billable, but it's slow and expensive for clients. AI tools are compressing that timeline by a significant factor. Westlaw and LexisNexis have both released AI-powered features that let you describe a legal question in natural language and get back relevant case law, statutes, and secondary sources. Westlaw AI, for example, can take a query like elements of tortious interference in California commercial contracts and surface the most relevant precedents with summaries. What used to take 2 hours now takes 10 minutes. Harvey AI is another major player here. It was built specifically for legal professionals and has been adopted by major firms including Allen and Overy. It handles complex legal research queries and document analysis at a level that general-purpose AI tools simply can't match. Document drafting is the next area. Lawyers draft constantly: contracts, motions, briefs, demand letters, discovery requests, NDAs, operating agreements. AI can draft all of these. Tools like Harvey, Clio Duo, and even ChatGPT with the right prompts can generate first drafts of legal documents in minutes. The attorney still reviews, edits, and signs off, but the blank page problem is eliminated. Time spent drafting drops dramatically. For smaller firms and solo practitioners especially, this is a massive operational advantage. A solo attorney who used to spend 40% of their time on drafting can now spend that time on higher value advisory work, client relationships, and business development. Contract review is another use case that's seeing rapid AI adoption. When a client brings in a 60-page commercial lease or a complex vendor agreement, someone has to read the whole thing, flag unusual clauses, identify risks, and summarize key terms. That's traditionally a paralegal or associate-level task that takes hours. Tools like ContractPod A, Luminance, and Ironclad's AI features can review a contract in minutes, flag non-standard language, identify missing clauses, and produce a risk summary. The accuracy on these tools for common contract types is genuinely impressive. Deposition and transcript analysis is another area where AI is saving serious time. Legal cases can generate hundreds of pages of deposition transcripts. AI tools can ingest those transcripts and let attorneys query them, find every instance where the witness was inconsistent about the timeline, or summarize the witness's account of the January 3rd meeting. Relativity, which is widely used for e-discovery, has AI features that do exactly this. It's turning days of document review into hours. Let's talk about e-discovery specifically. Discovery is one of the most expensive parts of litigation. You might be dealing with tens of thousands of documents, emails, texts, files that need to be reviewed for relevance and privilege. AI-powered document review tools can pre-sort documents by relevance, identify likely privileged materials, and flag custodians. The leading platforms here are Relativity, Nuix, and Everlaw. Law firms that have implemented AI-assisted e-discovery are reducing review costs by 50 to 70% on large document sets. That's not a rounding error. For client communication, Clio is the dominant practice management platform for small and mid-sized firms, and their Clio Duo AI assistant is deeply integrated into the platform. It can draft client emails, summarize case status, generate billing entries from notes, and answer questions about your case files. If your firm is already on Clio, Duo is worth exploring immediately. It removes a lot of the administrative friction that bogs attorneys down. Citation verification is a critical use case that came into sharp focus recently. There have been embarrassing and professionally damaging cases of attorneys submitting briefs with AI-generated citations that didn't exist. The Mata v. Avianca case became a well-known example where AI-fabricated citations made it into actual court filings. Hallucination is a real problem with general AI tools. The solution is using legal-specific AI tools that are trained on verified legal databases and always verifying citations before filing. Tools like Casetext, which was acquired by Thomson Reuters, are designed with this in mind. Their CoCounsel product generates research memos with fully verifiable citations linked directly to source documents. That's the standard you need. Billing and time tracking is another area where AI is helping. Attorneys are notoriously bad at capturing billable time. You do a quick 10-minute phone call and forget to log it, and at $400 an hour, that's real money. AI tools integrated into practice management software can monitor your activity, emails sent, documents opened, calls made, and suggest billing entries automatically. You review and approve them rather than trying to reconstruct your day at 6 p.m. For solo and small firm attorneys who are doing everything themselves, AI for intake and FAQ handling is a game changer. You can use tools like Lawmatics or even a custom chatbot built with existing platforms to handle initial client intake questions, gather case information, and qualify prospects before they ever talk to you. This means you're spending your consultation time on qualified prospects who already understand your services and fee structure. Legal marketing is the last piece worth mentioning. Attorneys who are growing their practices in 2026 are using AI to produce educational content, blog posts, FAQ pages, social media content, newsletters that builds authority and generates inbound leads. AI can research and draft this content at scale. A tool like ChatGPT combined with a good content strategy can help a small firm produce more consistent, high-quality content than firms with full marketing departments were producing 5 years ago. The bottom line here is that AI is not replacing attorneys. It's replacing the low-value, time-consuming tasks that attorneys have always had to do themselves or delegate. The judgment, the strategy, the advocacy, the client relationship, those remain irreplaceable. But the research, the drafting, the document review, the billing, the intake, all of that is being compressed by AI. The attorneys who embrace it now will have a structural advantage in capacity, efficiency, and cost that is very hard to overcome if you're still doing things manually. If you're in legal and you haven't started experimenting, start with Harvey or Clio Duo depending on your practice setup. Both have onboarding resources, and most firms can be up and running in a day. The firms that will lead the next decade aren't the ones with the most lawyers. They're the ones who figured out how to use AI to give their lawyers more capacity for the work that matters. That's the competitive reality of the legal market right now. A note on ethical obligations. One thing worth addressing directly. Some attorneys worry that using AI raises professional responsibility issues. The answer depends on how you use it. Using AI as a research and drafting tool, with attorney review and supervision of all work product, is generally consistent with professional obligations in most jurisdictions. The ABA and various state bars have issued guidance on this, and the emerging consensus is that supervised AI use is permissible. What crosses the line is submitting AI-generated work product without verification, particularly legal citations. As noted earlier, hallucinated citations are a real problem. Every citation must be verified against primary sources before it goes into any filing or client advice. That's not optional, it's a core professional obligation. Use AI to find the law faster, but verify before you rely. Get familiar with your state bar's guidance on AI and legal practice. This is evolving quickly, and staying current is part of competent practice in 2026. Subscribe to Node Pulse for more AI tool breakdowns every single week. See you in the next one.